A boy throws n balls per second at regular time intervals. So he is throwing how many balls in 1 second means n balls. So he is throwing n balls in how much time? In 1 second. So now my question is here, how much time he takes to throw, that is when he's throwing how many balls and balls. When the first ball reaches the maximum height, he throws the second one vertically up. Now what I have to understand, n balls he is throwing in 1 second means for one ball, what is the time taken? Time taken for one ball. Can I write as 1 by n second? So he is throwing one ball, next ball to throw. The time gap between two balls is 1 by n second. And here they told that one ball reaches to the maximum height is throwing the other ball. That means the time taken to reach the maximum height is 1 by n second. Indirectly in the question they mentioned as time of ascent is 1 by n second. Time taken to reach maximum height. From the body of projection here, the time taken to reach the maximum height is called as 1 by n second. Now, fine, we got the time of ascent. But what they are asking us to find in the question, maximum height. Maximum height and time of ascent, what the relation means? Simple thing which you know very well. Time of ascent is root over 2h by g. From this information, I can write h is equal to of gta square. From here, I can write of g into ta is nothing but what we wrote here, 1 by n. So 1 by n whole square. That is nothing but g by 2n square. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So my answer is g by 2n square. So the maximum height it reached is h. That h value is g by 2n square. That is the second option. Any doubt? Saranya, Rajak?
No, sir.
No. Next. One more interesting question. Here, we have to be very alert in this question also. Simple question, but interesting one. Very simple one and interesting one. Happily, you can solve without any effort. Very simple problem, I can say. Can anybody do this problem? Just check it now. The body is thrown up with a velocity u. It reaches a maximum height h. When it is projected with a velocity u, it reaches a maximum height of h. Now, if the velocity of projection is double, it reaches to what height? It is double here. Then what is the maximum height it can reach? So what is the formula for maximum height and velocity relation? You know that maximum height is u square by 2g. So here 2 is same at one particular place, g also will be same. I can write h is proportional to u square. From here I can write h1 by h2 is equal to u1 by u2 whole square. From here I can write h1 value they mentioned as h by h2 is equal to u by 2 whole square. Finally, what I get here is h by h2 is nothing but 1 by 4. So what is my answer after observing this one means simple. It is nothing but h2 value is, what is h2 value? h2 value is 4h. So this is one simple idea of problems you can solve very easily. I know about you guys, you can handle this stuff. So no issue at recording this one also. So one more interesting problem. Very simple one. This one also very simple one, but interesting problem. So here Just check this one, everyone. Just first check the question clearly, what they mention here. A stone projected vertically up with velocity v from the top of the tower reaches the ground with velocity 2v. So here, what happened? U is equal to v. And it reaches the bottom velocity is 2v. So they told the tower, let me take the tower height as small h. So the height of the tower they want to find. What is the height of the tower? So if you observe this one, the initial velocity u is equal to v. Final velocity is 2v. The body is projected up, it is a equal to minus g. And the displacement means what should I do now? Suppose if I treat from here to here as some x, if I treat here. First it traveled x up, was 2 displacement. First it went up to x and coming down x, and again coming down minus h. Total path if you observe from here to here, first what happened, going up to x here to here, again coming down minus x, again coming down minus h. From there what I can do here is x and minus x is cancel or minus h. Displacement is minus h. Just apply these things in the formula v square minus u square equal to 2as. From here I can write 2v whole square minus v square is equal to, what should I write? A value as minus g. So minus g into s value as minus h. So here 4v square minus v square is equal to 2gh. So 3v square is equal to 2gh. From here I can write h is equal to 3v square by 2g, and that is my option number 2. This is one model problem. There's a body projected up from top of tower. You can do this one. Already we did this concept and I gave this formula also in the notes for you. You have the formula also. If you just check my notes, you'll find the things. Let's go to the next question now. One more interesting question we'll see. Simple and interesting questions are there. So many things like that. Let me load one more interesting question. That is a very simple one. Yes. This type of models also we have to elaborate. Just check this one. Now I am presenting one question. You'll feel a little interesting here. Check this one. Very simple, very simple. You need to have a logic, that's all. A body is thrown up with velocity u is equal to, a body is thrown up with a velocity u, that is u is equal to 29.23 meter per second. And the distance traveled in the last second, they're asking what the distance traveled in the last second of upward motion. Suppose this is hn. Hn is distance traveled in last second of upward motion. So what is the distance travel? That's the question. Anybody? Anyone? Can you answer? Anyone in the class?
So we can use the displacement at a second.
Yeah. What is the value? That means how much it traveled last second of its journey. Last second of its journey. It was going up last second of upward motion. What is the displacement it travel? In a fraction of second, without any thinking, I told 4.9. Without any thinking, I told 4.9 is the answer. How you know, sir, 4.9? How dare you say like that, 4.9? How you know? There's one logic. Actually, I want to discuss one concept beside this. Just check now. Suppose if a body is projected with some velocity u, and this is the last nth second, means last second of the total journey. Last second of the total journey means total number of seconds, how much better? If nth second is the last second of the journey, simple, you remember this point, the game is over. If nth second is the last second of journey, is the last second. Yes. So what is the time taken to reach up means can I write n seconds?
Yes.
So to reach this total height, how much time taken here is time of ascent is going up. So time of ascent is equal to nothing but I can write here initial velocity of projection is u by g, and this value also I can write as n. I can also write as n. Now, in last second of upward motion, what is the formula means? When a body is vertically projected upward, what is the formula for Hn is equal to u minus g by 2 into 2n minus 1. This is my formula. Here, what is the n value they mentioned means n value is u by g. Hn is equal to u minus g by 2 into in the place of n substitute u by g. I hope you are understanding. Just in the place of n, you substitute u by g. If you substitute your u by g, what is going to happen? U minus. So let me multiply this g by 2 inside. First term is 2u by g minus of minus plus g by 2. Here simply g cancel, 2 cancel. Hn is u minus u plus g by 2. You get cancelled. And what I am left with here, you observe the beauty here. The beauty of this topic is here. Simply the Hn value is nothing but g by 2. Hn value is g by 2. That means here you have to understand the beautiful point is displacement in nth second of upward motion independent on initial velocity, independent on u, independent on velocity of projection. If you project with 5 meter per second or 100 meter per second or 20 meter per second, whatever the velocity you project, at last second of upward motion, last second of upward motion, last second of upward motion, always, always, always g by 2. One more point, here I am not considering air resistance. If air resistance considered as different story, now I am not discussing that. I don't consider any air resistance and I am discussing the topic here. So always g by 2 in the last second of upward motion. So this is the information what I provided. Next one, what I want to discuss is when it is coming down. What is the first step? Let me see here. I got g by 2. Let me conclude here. See here the options. What I got here is 4.9. I am telling how units are 4.9. Hn is equal to, I wrote it as g by 2. G value generally what will take better? 9.8 meter per second square if they don't mention. So 9.8 by 2 is equal to 4.9. That's the reason, without thinking of this velocity, I didn't see, that means I'm not noticing what the velocity is given. Because the last second of upward motion does not depend on, initial velocity. Simply depends on the value that is simply g by 2. G value, if they mention the question as 10, we write 10 by 2, 5. If they don't mention anything, take 9.8 by 2. There's nothing but 4.9. Like that, how to add it. Is it clear to both online and offline kids?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Next. Now, okay, anyhow, one more conclusion also I'll make that. Suppose a body is freely falling. The body is freely falling, now it's coming down. What is the distance traveled in first second of downward motion? First second, that is time is equal to 1 second in downward motion, A equal to G. So H is equal to what we have, ut plus of gt square, but u is equal to 0 because it's freely fall. I'm discussing about freely falling body. So what we can write, H is equal to of gt square. T value here in first second means g into t value is 1 square. 1 square means g by 2. G by 2 means 9.8 by 2, 4.9. So what I observe here, what is my observation? What is my observation here? What is my observation? Why this information means? You have to analyze that. You have to analyze that. When a body is projected up, suppose like that, and it came down like that, it went and came down. This is the maximum height it traveled. That is, suppose some h is the maximum height, and velocity is 0. So what I want to say is last second of upward motion distance and first second of downward motion distance both are same. Is it clear? Last second of upward motion and first second of downward motion. First second of downward motion both are same. That is the conclusion what I want to give you. I hope you are clear with this one. So both are equal to what we can write Hn in upward motion last second, in upward last second. This is upward last second is equal to H1 down first second. In the both the cases, what I can conclude it is G by 2. That is my conclusion. So this is the way to think about the questions better than the thing. You no need to spend more time. Immediately you get the answer. Okay, fine. I hope you got some ideas related to this stuff. And one more information we'll see, and we'll have some fun with this one also. This is also a little interesting question, which I like very much. Let's check this one. Here, what I have written is here. A stone is projected vertically up from the ground with velocity 40 meters per second. The time interval between two instants at which the stone is at a height of 60 meters above the ground is. See here, the body is projected up. I have considered one point here. So what they told here is from here to here, let me take it as small h. The small h value is nothing but 60 meters. And g value is 10 meters per second square. 10 meters per second square. The velocity of projection u is equal to 40 meters per second. 40 meters per second. The time interval between the two instants at which the stone is at a height of 60 meters above the ground is. That means first let me take the time taken from the ground to here is t1. Again from here to here is t2. The time interval between the two instants, that means the body is projected up, is going up and again coming down. So it touches the point P. Let me take this as some point P. The point P touches twice. Once while going up, it touches the point P. Again, while coming down also, it touches the point P. While going up first, when it touches that point P, the time taken is T1 I have taken. And again, while it is coming down, the time taken is, that means in the downward motion journey, here to here, from starting to here is time is taken as T2. The question is, the interval of time between two instants at which the stone is at a height of 60 meters. The interval, that means what is the difference in these two, delta t, T2 minus T1. They're asking us to find T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. Here, in this case, you have to know what is the relation between, first of all, velocity of projection and these things. Means if you check my notes, I have given here u is equal to g by 2 T1 plus T2. This is given to you. H is equal to of g T1 T2 is my formula. And again, one more thing here is about maximum height. Suppose from here to here, if I take it as a maximum height, my formula for maximum height, do you remember? Just check one's notes. Did I teach this thing, Saranya? Dimant?
Yes.
Yes. Rajak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So all the offline kids, I hope you know this formula which I discussed for the maximum height, u and small h. Here, if you observe this question now, they have given the velocity u as 40 meter per second. And see here, u is equal to 40 meter per second. So how to handle this stuff now? Let me take this information to the next page first. U is equal to 40 meter per second. H is equal to 60 meters. G value is 10 meter per second square. My formula H is equal to half G T1 T2. So H value they are given as 60. 60 is equal to 1 by 2. G value 10. T1 into T2. 0, 0 cancel. T1 into T2 is equal to 12. This is the first step I can write. Then second step, U is equal to G by 2 into T1 plus T2. From here I can write 40 is equal to 10 by 2 into T1 plus T2. So here 0, 0 cancel, T1 plus T2 is 8. Easily you can observe this one. The product is 12 and addition is 8. Then what can be T1, T2 values? Just check this one. Product is 12. If you add the two numbers, you will get 8. If you multiply the two numbers, you will get 12 means. Can I write? Yes. Yes. What you told is right. T1 is 2 seconds. T2 is how many seconds? 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
So here 2, that means what is the time interval? But they are not asking the value of T1 and T2 here. But we came to know that T1 is 2 seconds and T2 is 6 seconds. Because if you multiply two numbers, you have to get 12. And if you add two numbers, you have to get 8. Means simply 2 into 6 is 12. 2 plus 6 is 8. From that information, I want to find delta T. Delta T is 6 minus 2. That is the 4 seconds. So my answer is the first option. I hope you guys are clear with this one, how I handle this sum. So these are the formulae which I have given in the notes to you. I derived all the stuff. So remember this one, if your body touches the point twice in its path, there's a while going up and once while coming down, from the times both are measured. Remember, your T1, T2 both are measured from the ground, starting only. Then these are the formulae. I hope all the guys are clear till here.